What is Tobwan Waara and why is it so important for Kiribati?
Tobwan Waara is a 10-year partnership between Kiribati and New Zealand that supports sustainable fisheries sector management.
The ultimate goals of this program was to support a healthy marine resource base and also marine resource development to provide economic stability and also food security for the current and the future generation of Kiribati.
Howdy everyone and welcome back to the OI podcast, brought to you by the Ministry of Fisheries and Ocean Resources. I'm Mayonte Marani, your new host for this podcast, and I couldn't be more excited to dive into today's topic. Now we are going to explore one of the ministry exciting initiative known as the Tobwan Waara Programme. The Tobwan Waara Programme itself means nurturing the canoe. Basically means navigating Kiribati fisheries toward a sustainable, secure and prosperous future. Joining me today is Dr. Kali Rai Suddo, the Tobwan Waara Program Manager, who has been involved in implementing the Tobwan Waara Program. Teta Erikate, Senior Assistant Secretary, who have been involved in this program as well. Kanna Mauri and welcome to the OI podcast.
Mauri.
Let's start with the basics. What is the Tobwan Waara and why is it so important for Kiribati? Can you please explain?
Yeah, so Tobwan Waara is a 10-year partnership between Kiribati and New Zealand that supports sustainable fisheries sector management. So as you mentioned, Tobwan Waara means nurturing the canoe. And so I like to think about Tobwan Waara as 3 parts to a sail, the 3 points. So we're working to strengthen capacity, strengthen fisheries development, and strengthen fisheries management. So really the program is where the vision of the joint strategy between Kiribati and New Zealand comes together to make a real change within the fisheries sectors and within our community.
Well, that's interesting to know. Do you have anything to add there, SAS did?
Yes, thank you, Mayang, and thank you, Kali, for sharing those background information about the project. But I was looking back when the project was first initially started, and that was in November 2016 during phase 1. And from there, I think the ultimate goals of this program was to support a healthy marine resource base and also marine resource development to provide economic stability and also food security for the current and the future generation of Kiribati. So looking from the beginning in 2016 up to phase 3 as of now, I think this program has been successfully implemented, the way it's progressed from phase 1 to phase 3. And we see how this been achieved in terms of those key achievements over the past years. And it was also proven that this joint strategic partnership was a successful one. And it was based on how we collaborate and also about how we work together in mutual benefit and also the trust behind this program between the New Zealand government and the Kiribati government through M4 and MFAT. So this is something that I think it's good to share to our community, how successful is the program, as we are now moving and progress into phase 3. Thank you, Maya.
Wow, thank you, the SAS data and Dr. Kali for that brief introduction about the Tobwan Waara Program. Now that Tobwan Waara has gone through earlier phases, what are the key achievements so far? Can you please explain for our listeners?
Yeah, so I think one big milestone that has happened in Tobwan Waara is that MFAT is now using M4 systems to have funding delivery. So in earlier days, only about 20% of the funding went through M4 systems. However, as SAS Teta mentioned, we're building this trust and this partnership between Kiribati and New Zealand. And so earlier phases of Tobwan Waara were building up the capacity in order to use M4 systems. And since I am only coming on in phase 3, but I know SAS Teta has been here from the inception, maybe he can speak more to that process.
Adding to what Kali mentioned, one exciting news about this project is as we move into phase 3. The bottom line is that was the key purpose of this is to strengthen the ministries in terms of capacity building of our M4 staff, and also how we work with our community on those key strategic actions from the program. Okay? And the one that I was learning so far out of this new how we strengthen as was absorbed in phase 3 was the introduction of this M&E program as also part of the phase 3 of this program. Okay? So I think this is one good news for our community, that we are not just looking at our conservations and how we develop our key resources, okay, with the help of the donor, but also we look at how we strengthen our own systems in place, yeah, to keep abreast of this new innovation and technology, not just at the local level, but also the regional and also at the global level. Okay? So M&E is one critical tool that I think it was important to be part of this program for our M4 staff to build their capacity in terms of how they make reporting, especially reporting against those achievements, key indicators using the M&E framework. So thank you.
Thank you, SAS Data, for that clarification. Could you please explain the M&E? Speaking of the M&E, could you please explain what is M&E for our listeners?
Yeah, so M&E is a system about tracking progress and assessing impact. So M stands for monitoring, and this is an ongoing data collection of things within like the activities that we're implementing. And so things like, are we on schedule? Are we making the impact that we think we need to? Are we within budget? But then there's also this more periodic side, and that's the E for evaluation. So we're assessing the results of all the activities that we're implementing. And so really this is a way for M4 to be able to track their own achievements, and then also to identify where more areas of support are needed.
Thank you, Carly, for that clarification. Do you have anything to add, SAS?
I think that our M&E not just kind of focus on one key project, but it was also expanding and looking at the whole ministry. Okay?
Right.
Other projects as well, and also our own activities that are reflected under the ministry strategic plan, and also noting the ongoing of the second 100 days priority that will be due in the 5th of December. So this M&E will also try to merge together those ministry key highlights and also our 100 days in terms of how we fast track those activities to meet their deadline as it was supposed to be. Thank you.
Oh, that's very interesting to know. So how does the Tobwan Waara line up with the ministry strategic plan and our national fisheries goals? Can you please explain that?
Yeah, so I think Tobwan Waara's priorities now directly align with M4's strategic plan of 2024 to 2028. So we're using this strategic plan as a guide to implement activities that are the most impactful for the communities based on Kiribati's national priorities. So rather than duplicating efforts or creating parallel systems, Tobwan Waara is embedding themselves within the M4 structure and utilizing the knowledge and the capacity within the ministry and just really supporting and guiding that already existing knowledge and capacity into the communities of Kiribati.
Thank you, Carly. Do you have anything to add, SAS?
Yes, thank you. I would like to return to the M&A program, like I mentioned, as how it's linked to this ministry strategic plan. As you note, we are now planning to have this M&A training or workshop, maybe a 3 days workshop, depending on how we see how we go with the program. But it is exciting, Mayamo, to see that we are now inviting representatives from our key divisions, okay, as lead to this M&E and also a focal point of this M&E program, so that over the course of the month, okay, while they are now on the implementation phases, they will be able to learn how to submit their reports against those key strategic actions and also indicators using this M&E framework, okay, so that it will have a very comprehensive and robust way of reporting it, and a very consistent one to report not to the ministry itself, but also to our donors as well. So thank you.
It's very interesting to know about the new initiative on the M&E capacity building or training to the info staff. So let's turn to the communities. What changes fishers and communities experience through the program? Can you please explain?
Yeah, so since Tobwan Waara Phase 3, we're just starting out to implement new activities. But looking back into previous phases, we found that compliance officers have been trained and equipped. So stronger compliance means fairer fishing and protection against illegal practices. I think another benefit or impact that we've had on the community is the seafood safety sector has been improved, and so better standards create more economic opportunities for fishers to sell their fish in a variety of markets, and also ensure that healthier fish are getting into Kiribati homes. But I wasn't here for the previous phases, but I know SAS Teta has, so maybe he has more to add.
Okay, thank you, Kari, and I think you already explained those are the core impact that have been realized by the community. I want to pick up on one of the activity that you mentioned about seafood safety. I would like to share some of the achievement over the phase 1 and phase 2, how this program been doing assessment and evaluation, and also invest in our outer island fishing center. What we try to do is we try to facilitate those fishing communities to access to our local market and also our international market through those outer island fish centers, okay, in which this will goes through CPPL for the local market, and also through KFL in terms when it comes to the international market. So it's good that this also being realized, and we are glad to mention that some of our fishers from the outer island, their fish product has been marketed and also been in our international market as well. This is some of the great stories that we want to kind of share to the wider community, and also to expanding and escalating about. Thank you.
Wow, that's very good news, especially to our communities at the outer islands. And thank you for sharing that, SAS data. There are always challenges. What are the biggest challenges and what gives you hope about the future of Tobwan Waara? Can you please explain?
So what I've seen so far is really amazing, where there's a lot of enthusiasm and innovation within the ministry to make a difference in the fishery sectors in the Kiribati community. A challenge for me is to be able to channel all that information and all that energy within M4 to activities that will make the strongest impacts on community, but also do it in the most sustainable way. So, and that's just not for the environment, but also for the people within the ministry and the communities, because sustainable fisheries development, we're in it for the long journey. And so I really think we need to make sure that we're thinking through what's going to make the most impact and doing this in a methodical way. And part of this is using the M&E, and part of this is engaging with communities and the knowledge that they bring to the table as well.
There's a lot being shared by colleague from the project perspective, but I was keen to share some of might be the challenge from the community's perspective, because I think how we channel things, okay, from the ministerial level to our respected communities, okay,
Exactly.
to work collaboratively and be part of the whole family and the whole team in terms of how we're stepping up this innovation together. Later on, what we realize is the way they use sustainable fishing equipment, the technology behind those management, and when it comes to harvesting and everything, something that's more efficient and more fast, and it is sustainable way of using it. So this is something we are more investing in the community to be part of the whole process. Thank you.
Thank you, SAS Data, for sharing your insight on that. And this is our all nation effort, really. For our listeners, whether you are a fisher, a student, or a community leader, what role can they play in supporting the vision of the Tobwan Waara?
encouraging communities to fish responsibly, to respect different marine regulations, and then also to engage with the ministry. And this is a two-way engagement. So, you know, I've seen the ministry staff going out into the communities all the time to try and not only share knowledge, but to also get knowledge from the communities. You know, there's a wealth of traditional knowledge within all of these fisher systems that have been here for generations. So I think it's really great for communities to interact with the ministry, because whereas the ministry may have new regulations or new technology and new systems to share, the communities also have what has been working for them, what hasn't been working for them, what they need support on. They can share that information with the ministry. So it's really a collaborative effort to move forward for fisheries development.
I would like to add on those that was mentioned by Kari, okay? And everything goes back to the community. So we are, as we are working with our communities, I think the reality also to realize with this joint strategic partnership is that the program will harness our community to build that sense of ownership, to drive their own thinking and known local approaches on how they go about with the management and development of their own resources. Okay? The way that they will realize the benefit, not just the benefit, but everything that was included in those short to medium and long-term benefit, and also the social impact, the positive impact with this program. Okay? So this is something that we are building this ministry community kind of two-way interaction in the way that we work collaboratively, so that at the end, both it's a win-win basis and a situation. So this is something that I also wish to add to what Kari mentioned before. Okay? It's all about community. Yeah, our community. We're successful based on our communities realizing of those great benefit from our fisheries sectors and fisheries support.
Kampesin Raba, Dr. Kari and SAS Data for sharing your insights. It's clear now that Tobwan Waara is not just about program and policies. It's all about nurturing the canoe that carries all of us forward, ensuring healthy ocean, food on our tables, and opportunities for our children and our future generations to come. To our listeners, stay tuned and please follow us on our Facebook, YouTube channel, LinkedIn, and of course our M4 website. We'll see you in the next episode. Podcast.